Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Bo and Mary Rose Show. Bo Warren is our lead co-pilot trainer, and I'm Mary Rose Lyons, founder of the AI Institute. And we decided that we would hop on a little call to have a conversation about co-pilot licenses. If you've ever shown up to a co-pilot training course with the wrong license, this one's for you. If you're wondering, do I really have to pay all the money to Microsoft for a co-pilot license? This one's also for you. So, Bo, over to you. Tell me, first of all, about why there is such a confusion around the issue of Copilot.
So the biggest thing is the way Microsoft has named all of it is they've named everything Copilot. It's their word. It's like calling everything AI. And in
But they're
some
also
way, like
your agent.
yeah, and they're fond of sort of misusing it compared to everyone else.
Uh-huh.
But I think the biggest thing is they've used Copilot to say anything that's sort of AI, LLMs, anything like that, that's Copilot. But then that's gotten a bit confusing because then there's Copilot, there's the Azure version, there's MS365, there's Copilot itself, there's Copilot for Windows 10 and Windows 11, and it's all over the place.
So when you say I've got Copilot, you are technically right, but what this video is setting out to do is to help you show up to our Copilot courses with the right version of Copilot that you need so that you can get the true value from the learning. So, Bo, tell me about this. You've got free versions of Copilot and you've got paid versions of Copilot.
Yep.
Okay,
So
what does it look like?
the free versions depend on whether you've got a business account or a personal account. So that's the first thing to decide. So which one did you
Can
want to
I,
go through first?
can I just share my screen and show
Yep.
people what this looks like? Okay, so when you go to copilotmicrosoft.com, you will be presented with this screen. On the left, you got the work, and on the right, you got the personal. So, Bo, what am I going to see if I go into the personal?
So in the personal one, if you've seen ChatGPT, you'll pretty much be right at home. You'll see your chat window, you'll see the buttons at the side, you'll see your conversations. It's very, very similar. The big difference one is though in the work one, where you will, if you want to go into that one,
Because I
now
paid for it.
this is where you'll have the big difference in using Copilot in a business sense or personal is you'll have that work and web tab at the top. Now the thing about Copilot, I know all of them have ways to connect to different files in different ways, but Copilot keeps your work files all in one place with
Yes.
the models right there next to it. So it gives it from a compliance point of view, it gives you a lot of peace of mind. Now, if you want, we can have a bit of a talk about where it can also cause some issues, but we might go through
Yes.
that later on.
Well, first of all, can I just talk about the fact that we are now recommending more and more often for teams, for larger teams,
Hmm.
that they actually, if they say to us, will we go into ChatGPT or Copilot? And we're recommending Copilot, not because it's a superior LLM, because it ain't, but because your files don't leave your tenant and
Exactly.
it's safe. And what we find with people who are using ChatGPT, yes, it's more creative, but it's a little bit annoying that you have to kind of
Exactly.
redact anything before you put it out there. So it's a kind of a decision that has to be made.
Exactly. So Copilot already has all your files. Like if you're already using SharePoint, OneDrive, any of those things, Copilot has your files and can use all of that as knowledge for responses. That's what that work and web tab is.
Mm.
If you use the work tab, it's going to go into your files and find your answers there. Now, the one thing I will say is that's why it's incredibly important to make sure that your SharePoint sites are clean and up to date so you only give Copilot access to the files that you want to use. Most of the time you're probably not going to want to go back to files that are 20 years old
No.
unless you know that you do. So it's very important to make sure that it is accessing the right files.
Can I ask a question then? If you're an SME and you
Mhm.
don't have a massive IT department, what steps do you need to take before you get started on Copilot?
So the big thing I check is to make sure is everyone's access because you definitely don't want someone to surface that they have access to something that they shouldn't.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you want to make
So
sure
you're
that
going to log
any.
into admin.microsoft.com
Yep.
and you're going to go in that way and do it.
You're going to go in there, you're going to go through and you're going to check all the different SharePoint sites you have, make sure that only the right people can access them. And
Mhm.
that's the biggest step one. Beyond that is, whatever people have put in those SharePoint sites, you then need to check that. And that's a much bigger job because obviously you want to make sure that people haven't just left, client data and things in places that they shouldn't have.
Now, I'm finding Copilot wholly unattractive already by the sounds of this, but we're actually not trying to put you off Copilot. We're trying to help you get to the right level of Copilot. So far, what we know is that you've got a free version, which is like free. As I always tell my son, if something is free, you are the product. Not really suitable for business users. Would you agree, Bo?
No, definitely
No.
not.
Definitely not. Okay, and you don't get all the features, and it's more like it's more like a demo version than a free version.
It is.
Then you have this side that I just showed you, which is the paid version, but that's the Microsoft 365 paid version. There are
Yes.
others as well, right?
There are others as well. So the other version is the same as home, basically like ChatGPT Pro. So
Okay.
that's the personal side. Now, there are a couple of benefits to having the personal one for you at home in your personal life. Like they're different products for different purposes. The business one is for business uses. The personal one is for personal uses. The personal one also comes with now they've I think only recently within the last couple of months added that it comes with all of the desktop apps and such as well. So it's all one subscription.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So before you would have to get Microsoft 365 and then get a Copilot license. Now, when you buy a Copilot license, it comes with the home stuff of Microsoft 365. And again, this is more
so
of you
PowerPoint,
naming.
Excel, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, but most people watching this are going to be business users. Okay. So home users, sorry about that. We haven't got you sorted on this one. So basically, when we have people showing up to our courses and they're not sure whether they've got the right level of Copilot, how can they tell?
So the quickest way to tell is if you go to that copilot.microsoft.com and log in with your work account, you will have that work and web tab at the top. Because if you don't have a Copilot license applied, this will not be there and it'll be operating just like it's the web version.
And you're also going to get the try GPT-5 up.
GPT-5 at the top as well, yes.
Yeah, and this is the annoying thing. Okay, you have to keep turning that on. And I'm really looking forward to 2026, where this is also going to have Claude. Now, what's the big point we need to make on Claude about the data?
That it's going to be sent outside your tenant.
Exactly. So this is something to be really aware of. We recommend that you use Copilot for data security. But remember, if you're going to be using Copilot Claude, don't be putting the secret sauce or your top secret information on there, because it's going to be leaving the tenant and it's actually out there in the wild, wild west.
I certainly hope they'll be covering it with signs and big stop signs to warn you about that.
Hopefully,
yes. We'll see how that looks when we get it.
Hopefully. So things I love about Copilot paid version is you've got the agent creation thing, which is pretty much like ChatGPT. It's like a custom GPT.
It's a GPT.
The GPT, they're just called agents. They're not really agents because agents work autonomously. So really, this is what you need to find out. If you're thinking of taking a Copilot course with us, when you come on to Microsoft, so you'll be on n365.cloud.microsoft, or just type in copilot.microsoft.com into your address bar and choose go left. Okay, like on an airplane, everybody wants to go left, and that's where we want to send you. That's it.